Hi, this is an Imagination Healing Garden. And I'm not doing this for you anymore. I don't think I ever was. I don't know. I think for a while I was doing it for you, but I'm going to do it for me from now on. I really need to get back to just doing it for me. When I write for myself. And I went through my healing. When I was done with my healing, I had 7 new academic disciplines, knowledge and information from the ancient Greek educational system, stuff that's been lost for over 1,600 years, the 12 ethics, prosthetic subconscious mind, the AI DNS, all the formulas. And I just had this moment where I went, do I share it or do I bin it? Because I sure as fuck don't need it anymore. And I thought, no, this is too important to keep to myself. I need to give it to everybody and share it with the world. Only I've been trying to give it away for 2 years now, and I've managed to find 20 people. 2 years, 20 people. No one wants it. I don't need it. And I'm going, well, everyone else seems to be really fucking happy. So, okay. So I'm having one of those days where I'm going, yeah, I think I'll just shut down the garden. And I've got some people, and I'll definitely keep things up and running for them. But there is a bitterness that comes with this. I've had a lot of people tell me how much they love my energy. Yeah. And I have been doing this since 2014, documenting everything. And one of the things that I refused to do when I did this was manipulate and use psychology as a weapon against people, because I understand the damage that that does to the subconscious mind. The problem is, if no one's leading you along by a leash and manipulating you, you don't know what to do with it. It's extraordinary. And I've never been anything but real and raw. And the problem is, the majority of people are literally too fucking uneducated to even know the weight of what I've got. Now, when I talk to somebody about it and I analyze everything I've got and I give them that 15, 20-minute breakdown, they look at me and go, holy fucking shit, do you know what you've got? Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. I can see the mathematical projection. I have been laughed at, mocked, because people are too fucking stupid and too fucking skeptic to believe what I've got. The thing is, it's all over my YouTube videos. Anyone with half a brain can watch my YouTube videos and go, holy fucking shit, she's got the cure to mental illness. So my options were, do I give it to them? Do I sell it to them? Or do I bin it? I decided to give it to you. And then I had a whole, all right, how do I market this? Well, the only marketing available is psychological manipulations, literally taken right out of criminal law. Do I, not even criminal law, criminal forensics, as in, this is how criminals literally dehumanize their victims so they can feel good about abusing you. That is what every traditional business model is built off of. And I went, I can't do that because I know too much about psychology and ethics to do that. So I spent the last 2 years building an ethical business model. And I'm looking at people going, the abuse is so deep ingrained into all of you now that you don't know what to do with it. That's what I've learned. That if somebody isn't beating you, you don't know what to do. I remember being there. That when you hear something that isn't horrific or abusive, you don't even believe it. That's how bad it is. That when someone treats you with respect, you don't even know what to do with it. You're too paranoid, too skeptic. I remember. So I'm just looking at it going, do I give up on you? 2 years, 20 people. Because I refused to be dirty about it. So, and here's the thing. This is the real fucking kicker. 40 years a slave. And no one sure as fuck loved me when I was low. So now I got people adoring me now. From a distance. And it's really easy to love somebody when they're perfectly fine and cured. So I'm just looking at my newsletter, looking at my books, looking at everything I've built. And I'm thinking things like, do I record this? Do I not? But I've always been real and raw with you because this is part of it. This is part of it. I remember this one person I worked with where I was talking with her. I cried, I talked. 5 minutes later, I was fine. And she was so used to people masking their emotions that when she saw emotion, she went, "You can do that?" We hide emotions so much that people don't even know what they look like. I was asked yesterday what it was like growing up outside of the system. I feel like a foreigner in another land all the time. I am a population and a citizen of one. That's what it feels like. I feel like Odo. I feel like there's no one in the world like me because there isn't. An educational system is your mindset. Yours is shit. I studied it. Yours is shit. It's why I fired yours and got my own. And now I am standing here looking at the educational system and seeing the results of it and just looking at the minds. And here's the best part. The people who are really fucking awesome are the artists who used art to supplement their own education, just like I did, except they just used art to supplement it. So you've got 3 educational systems out there. You've got the governments, where everyone's a dumb fuck. You've got the artist supplemented the government. So now you've got a pod of geniuses because they managed to preserve what they had with art. They stand a chance in the world. Those guys, you guys are dead. You're gone. You're gone. You're gonna phase out. You're gonna phase out. Evolution says so. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. So if you studied art, you stand a chance. But the people who are Neanderthals have abused the artists so much that there's a fragment of them left. So now the artists are in 2 categories: too abused to recover, and they're making it. It's amazing. I'm literally watching this massive breakdown of human psychology and how it fits into sociology, going, wow. And then there's my brain, which is ancient Greek educational system. And I'm just stepping on the outside, watching this whole thing as an outsider, going, wow, you guys are fucked. And the government loves it this way. They're the only ones who are winning. They're too stupid to know that they're sinking. And it's just amazing to watch. It's just amazing to watch. And I played the whole, do I be bitter? I did not want to be bitter. I did not want to be bitter. I worked my fucking ass off to avoid bitterness. My God, did I work my fucking ass off because I did not want to be bitter. That was a very long stretch of my life. That was like 2 years of me going, I don't want to be bitter, because I could feel it just sitting right inside of me. Since September of 2022, I felt bitterness and I worked through it. I got my fucking ass through that. And I finally was able to thaw my heart. That's what bitterness, it's when your heart just freezes over. And I was finally able to thaw my heart. And here I am, right back, asking the question, do I believe in love? In 2015, I made up my mind I didn't. I made up my mind that it was not for me, that it was not possible. And I quit it. And then I had 5 years where my therapist and my dumb fuck of a then husband tried to convince me that I was going to have it. Only for my dumb fuck of a then husband to then throw me out because I was too old to breed. So in 2020, I just sat there with a whole fucking, I told you so, right at my therapist, right at my then husband, going, I said, what did I say? And then in June of 2021, I met somebody and I believed in love again. And the problem is the world broke him so much before I met him that now he is literally terrified of love. His fucking world did a number on him. So now when he sees love, he shuts down and he's terrified of it. And what he did have cured me. I was able to bottle it up, literally get myself through my own healing, create a subconscious mind from it, create an entire business from it, embed it right into it because it's physics. So, I know how to do that. And I poured it right into the garden. I went, well, look at that. That's cool. And I'm watching people read my work and it's curing them. And I'm like, wow, if I had that in 2015, I wouldn't hesitate. But on the other hand, I grew up in the ancient Greek educational system. The people who came from the traditional educational system don't even know what it is because they're too fucking uneducated to even know what education actually looks like or to understand why it's important. Yeah, like I said, you guys are fucked. You're done. The only one who are even stand a chance are the artists. And I'm sitting here going, this isn't going to be good for marketing, Anna. Yeah, but it's real. And that's something you guys have no fucking clue about. Not a fucking goddamn thing. You're not ontologists. So I've tried the whole peppy energy thing. Gotten some really nasty comments about that. And I've tried the professional thing. And the entire fucking time that I'm doing this, who's on my mind? Anger. What is his name? What is the angry comic? The angry comedian. Anger from, I'm looking at you, Liz. Anger from Inside Out. And I'm thinking Jack Black, and that is totally not him. No, it's Lewis Black. Aha, I had the wrong Black. Lewis Black. And I'm thinking, he could go in, insult everyone, just be pissy, and everyone loved him. And I'm going, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just be the cold bitch of justice now. Maybe that's the stage I'm in. The cold bitch of justice. I could do that. Yeah, the cold bitch of justice. I'm going to write this down. These are my marketing ideas. I haven't done this one yet. The cold bitch of justice. You're all fucked. The cold bitch of justice. I call it the unlearning uneducated. That is what I call them. The unlearning uneducated. Maybe it's just a phase. It is a phase. I know it's a phase because it's the way psychology works. You have to go through the whole, ya dumbass. And then after you go through the dumbass stage, you wake up and then you go through the next stage of, come on, you can do it. And then after that, you're going to have the stage of the nourishing mother. I've got this all out of the wrong order of operations. Where you guys are, you need the cold bitch of justice because that's what you're used to. And I'm going, oh, society is on the wrong stage. And I'm giving them like stage 3 when they need stage 1. And I just had the wrong order of operations. So maybe I'll just go right into the cold bitch of justice. And that's it right there. You're in a schism. That's why the middle class is shrinking. If you studied sociology, you'd know that. But your government was an idiot and decided you didn't need it. And now you don't understand why you need sociology or even what it is. So you guys don't have a fucking clue what's going on because you're all fucking idiots because your government educated you and you were too uneducated to know the better. So here we are. So here's what's going on is basically a society collapses when the middle class goes away. Google it. It's a fact. So your middle class is shrinking because your society is collapsing. Stage 2 of that. The dollar bill becomes valueless. Google it. So you've got 2 of the symptoms that is like raring, submarine is like blaring. And I'm going, wow, your society's collapsing. And none of you know. Not one of you has a fucking clue. Not even the government. Their solution is, let's do World War III. Wow, you guys are dumb. Okay. All right, World War III it is. Because I know the consequences of that one too, because we did this with World War I and World War II. It doesn't work, which is why it's sinking. You can expect cannibalism in about 20 years. I wish I were joking. You should be scared. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are fucked. Me, I know how to evolve myself into this advanced space where I can just become ethereal energy. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to become ethereal energy and become an ethereal walker. I'm like, all right, I'll just continue that because I got the formula for that. I'll just do that. And so long and thanks for all the fish. That's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. The only option you've got right now is to educate your fucking self. Literally, it's the only thing you've got left. If you don't get fucking smart, you're going to not make it. There's no other choice here. Mother Nature says so. You had one fucking job. Use your brain. And at least 50% of the population didn't do that. What you don't know is I have literally the world's greatest mathematician. Like, he's my buddy. And I had him crunch the numbers for me. I called him up one day and I said, here, I have a formula for you. And I rattled it off all the variables. I said, this is what I need to know. This is the calculation. I want to know exactly how much time before we have the point of no return. And he calculated the numbers for me and he came back and he said, Anna, we're at the fulcrum. Great. All right. Which means there's a 50% chance right now that we're going to make it or we're not. 50% chance. So if your government doesn't get off its fucking ass like right now and decide, oh, we really should do something, yeah, you're fucked. You won't come back from this. The dollar bill will not be valuable ever again. And it's Atlas shrugged. Dolphins left. That's where we're at the story. That's where we're at. Like, I'm packing my bags going, all right, there you go. Because 20 people in 2 years? No, no. Fuck you. I'm fine. You'd think somebody would be smart enough to ask the question, wait, you know how to like take care of mental illness because you did it? But no one gives a shit. It's on my YouTube channel. Go figure it out for yourself. So I'm just going, all right, I'm all done giving a shit about the world. I think that's where I'm at. I'm all done just giving a shit about it. Maybe you just need the cold bitch of justice because I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm rattling through every mathematical equation that I can possibly break down in my mind right now. I was on Facebook. Never should have gone back on Facebook. And this raping of a man decided to make a comment to me. And the problem is, every victim is an abuser, and every abuser is now a victim. This last week, I was talking to somebody, and she had been abused so horribly that she was now the abuser. And instead of just very bluntly saying, this is what I need and this is what I want, she was passive aggressive. And instead of bluntly saying what she needed, she was passive aggressive, wasn't direct, sent off confusing signals, and then continued the conversation, and then decided to tell me that I was attacking her. But she did this by first complaining and slandering me to somebody else, screenshotting it and sending it to me. And I did not want to jump to conclusions. So I took the time to clarify, is that them to you or you to them? And instead of being civil, she slandered me with more condescension because she used such poor logic that she then decided to weaponize the logic against me and condescend. So I blocked her. So she retaliated after that and tried to shut down my entire WhatsApp group. And I was able to save it, put it back together. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I made the right decision. I was able to identify and cut ties with that toxicity. And I knew she was doing it because she was just abused that badly. And then I'm on Facebook and I have this rapist who is slandering me because I won't be his whore. And I'm having this massive, like, why am I doing this for any of you? Why do I give a fuck? Why do I give a fuck? So I deleted all of my Facebook, almost everything. Part of me is really just tempted to delete everything and just pull it. They're not my author's brain going, but that's 9 years of research, science, and data. I know, right? But you guys are too stupid to even know what to do with it. And then I had these conversations with people, this one person, where this will come along, where they want an explanation. And I'm like, do you understand that this is 30 years of education? Do you understand that I have to sit you down and teach you for 30 years for you to even understand where I'm at? In 30 years, people will start to figure out the work I've done, if you make it that far. So My only chance, and this is what I've managed, the 20 people who follow me are super fucking geniuses of the world. They're the geniuses of the world. And they look at my work and they go, holy shit, do you know what you have? I know what I've got. Yeah, I'm well aware of what I got. And they're like, do you understand that this will save the world? Yeah, I know. But the world doesn't want it. They're too stupid. And then I've got this whole, they think what's right and what is right because I've got ethics and logic to prove it. And I'm supposed to be humble, which is funny because they don't even know what the word humble actually means. So I'm going, well, humble means humble submission, as it means lowering yourself to learn, which I've done for 30 fucking years of my life. All I have done is be humble to learn. I've earned my brain. And I'm sitting here going, okay. And then I've got these peons of people who refuse to learn anything, telling me that I'm arrogant. Do you know what arrogance means? Arrogance means I am too egotistical to learn. That's what arrogance means. It means I am too egotistical to learn. That's what arrogance is. Humble means I'm going to learn. Humble and arrogance is all about education. It's your relationship with knowledge and education. The problem is a lot of dumb fucks think they're knowledgeable. So I'm going, all right, I get it. So then I've got this other side of all this. This is the flip side of all of this in the background, where I'm analyzing all of this and I'm going, do I put on a mask? Do I dumb it down? Oh, dumbing it down is terrible. That's the problem. We've dumbed everything down. So now you're all idiots. So I'm going, all right, what can I do? I'll translate it. So I translated it. That's when the comments really get nasty. And I'm like, all right, I got it. And then I got people going, well, if you're going to put yourself out there, you have to expect this. No fucking shit. Debt collector for 5 years. I think I know that. Yeah, there's your educational system working for you. So now I'm sitting here going, all right, I know I'm being mean, but you know what? When you have a brain like mine, you're really fucking sick and tired of being nice to a bunch of dumb fucks. And I went through that stage where oh, good God, did I go through that stage? It was like 2 years. It was when I started to realize how fucking smart I was because my brother had me convinced that I was a fucking idiot because he beat the fuck out of me telling me I was stupid. So I finally get to this point where I'm like, I'm really smart. When you have geniuses telling you that you are a genius, you're a fucking genius. So I'm sitting here looking at this going, oh, okay, all right, I'm smart. Now what do I do with this? And then when you start to own it, because you know who you are finally, you got all these dumb fucks going, oh, you need to be humble. You don't even know what the word humble means. Dumb fucks. So now I'm sitting here going, what the fuck do I do with this? How do I market this? How do I do it in such a way that doesn't harm them? And I know there are people out there who truly do want to learn. I know. And that's another part is I've got this really awesome skill called mental diversification, which is the ability to literally look at a single point and say all of the points of views at the same time simultaneously. So every fucking day, every fucking everything, I am staring at one point of truth from like 8 billion different points of views, which is how I can tell when people are lying to me is because I can see all the points of views at the same time simultaneously and integrate them. And then I also can zoom in, zoom out. So I can see fucking truth. So I'm sitting here looking at this, which is why I don't have anyone to learn from here, is because I got persons looking at this thing and they get one point of view, just one point of view. That's all you've got, just one point of view. How do you function with just one point of view? I've got 8 billion point of views in my head at all time on every single subject. How the fuck do you function with just one point of view? How the fuck do you pull that off? I'm still trying to figure that out. So I'm looking at this going, do I suppress it? Do I hide it? Am I modest? What do I do? What's the right fucking answer? So I'm looking over the 12 ethics trying to figure out what the right answer is. And you know what? And here's the thing. No one has been here before. You haven't been here before. I haven't been here before. No one's been here before. I was smarter than Einstein when I was 15 years old, and I know how to get myself smarter. So I don't know what the fuck my IQ is now, but I'm sitting here going, oh yeah. So what's the right answer here? What's the right answer? Equal footing? Yes. You are just as valuable as I am. Absolutely. 100%. But you're a dumbass. Seventh ethic. And that's just it. We're weaning it. This is new for all of us. Newsflash! We've never been at the end of the world before, because if you haven't figured it out, that's where we are. And the most irritating thing is I'm sitting here pulling on these threads of physics, going, I know physics. At my say-so, I can tip the whole goddamn thing off. Or I can just let it sink itself. Or I can save it. That's a lot of fucking pressure. Welcome to humanity. I have advisors who I talk to. And I tell them all of this. And they revere me. I've got the smartest mathematician in the world calling me a mathematician genius and a polymath. I'm merging Nietzsche, Tesla, and Einstein, finding their errors, and then creating new shit where they left off. And I've got the unlearning, uneducated treating me like I'm the dumb one. And all of this while I still am unloved. While I am still have these dumb psychic phonies messaging me going, oh, I see things of your future. I am Mother Nature. I'm the one who's sitting there poking at you, you dipshit. By the way, they're all fucking frauds. You want to know? I'll just give you the logic. So here's why all the psychics are now frauds. It's because everyone's becoming psychic now and everyone is able to read the universe. So psychics are quickly losing their job because everybody's getting the skill now. And they are so dumb about what's going on that they're not growing because they violated the seventh ethic. And now they're at a point where they're becoming abusive, trying to get what business they can find because suddenly you don't need a psychic anymore because half of the world is now sixth ethical perspective. It can feel the physics. And I'm sitting here weighing all of this shit in on the 12 ethics. And I'm I'm just so fucking sick of hiding. You have an energy inside of you. It's immortal. But the first four perspectives can't even feel this shit. Unfortunately for all of us, they're in charge of the planet. So until they believe us, we're all fucked. We are at the mercy of the dumbest people in the world. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can be transferred. So the energy inside of you is sentient, and it's ancient, and it's old, and it has a life of its own, and it's you. But you don't remember, not yet. At the sixth ethic, you start the remembering. I'm going to say that again. At the sixth ethic, you start the remembering. It is a very long fucking journey to remember. It is 30 levels of consciousness in. And if you think you're anywhere near done, you're not. Because if you were, you'd be where I am. And you're not. Because if you were, the world would be saved by now. In fact, if you knew, you would be doing your own YouTube video like this, teaching other people this shit, instead of listening to me going, that makes so much sense. Wow. You're going to the point of comprehension, which is literally pure truth, pure love, pure logic. It's all the same stuff. When you get there, you'll find out, oh, it's all the same stuff. Yeah, that's right. And if you know how to do it, it takes about 2 years. If you don't know how to do it, you may never get there. So you are at the mercy of your educational system. You are looking for your energy's name. The minute you have your energy's name, oh, you'll know who you really are. You will know who you really are. So when I got here, I found out who I really am. And then there was this whole conversation of, well, am I really you, or are you using me, or is this a reincarnation? What's going on here? And now I have that answer. And then I'm looking over at my other people, and they are reporting to me, and they're telling me their experience, and their story matches mine, only they're not the same energy that I am. They are they're my energy kin. And we all have the same memories. We know each other from like millions of years ago. And we've had this wonderful, happy reunion of, yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I'm getting all my sisters back. I'm getting everybody back. And you feel like you've known each other forever and always. And you were 4 years old and ancient together all at the same time. Because you were, and you are. And I have had over 200 people in the last 2 years approach me and go, something is going on with me. And every fucking one of you said the same story. I went, well, that's mathematical constant. But I was the first. I am the mother. That's how I know all this shit. Because I am the healer. And my partner is medicine, which is laughter, which is why he's an imp king. And everybody is remembering. And you've got all these dumb fucks who are fourth perspective and lower going, well, I just don't give a shit what they think anymore because they are really stupid. And you've got a bunch of sixth perspectives who don't know and are scared and who are starting to feel it and figure it out. And you've got other people who are really early in that sixth, seventh, eighth perspective going, what's going on? You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You are just remembering and it's going to be okay. It's perfectly fine. And I'm now having a vision. My vision is that I'm supposed to come onto this YouTube channel and talk you through the process. That's my vision. Like I'm supposed to sit here and talk to you about, okay, it's all right. It's going to be all right. This is the process. But do I bother? Do I care? Why the fuck should I? Because I love you. Oh, I just want to do this huge thing. It isn't fucking fair. And I spent the last 2 years screaming at me, go find someone else. And now I'm just going, yeah, okay, so it's on me. And the whole fucking time in the back of my head, I'm going, are some dumb fuck official going to come and... And I can't hide anymore. I have been doing this behind closed doors for 2 years, hiding this in the back of my head, having private conversations with advisors. I relate real well to the Garden of Gethsemane. And in the early of July, I received my power animal is the white dragon. And I went, okay, great. And then yesterday I did an interview and they pulled my tarot cards. And I'm like, great, here we go. Justice, truth, magic, which is physics, and wisdom. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Yep. I stopped pulling my own tarot cards when it just became the same fucking thing over and over again. And I went, yeah, I got it. I knew who I am. I've known who I am now for a long time. And then I've got these dumb fucking Neanderthals and troglodytes going, they're just assholes. And I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. So how the fuck do I market this, Douglas? Because I'm asking the right question. How the fuck do you market this? Hi, I'm Mother Nature. Reincarnation is an understatement. I'm supposed to save the planet now because I know how to cure people because I have pure love in the palm of my hand and I know physics. Love is a force. And I'm just going to draw in this force from nature and Mother Earth. And I'm just going to siphon it all into my people and just here you go. And here's the thing is when I'm angry, it's not going to feel good. And I know that, which is why I'm isolated. Because God forbid I lose my temper, because I've seen what happens when I lose my temper. The room literally shook. And I'm muted right now. And I'm going, right. So I had to be isolated for 2 years while I learned how to control my temper. My energy had to be capped for the last 2 years. Well, year, because I saw what happens when it's not. Until I had to learn how to control this because I really, really needed to learn how to control my energy. And I am only at 50% right now. And I talk to people and they're like, oh my God, your energy, you have no idea. My skin feels like it's melting off my body right now. But sure, we can do this. I am so alone. And I was trained for it. So officially, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. I don't understand my phone. Every time I do one of these things, it goes off. I even did a video yesterday. I turned my phone off and it still rang. So this is me just finally getting it all out. I can't hide anymore. I cannot hide anymore. I'm out of time. If I keep hiding, this is really not going to go well for all of us. But you and I, we got to work out our differences here. And I just got to make peace with this and stop hiding and just be blunt about who and what I really am. And I'm going to have a whole lot of people just get really up in my craw. And I'm like, really? Really? Did you integrate mathematics? Did you do the shit I did? Have you walked in my shoes? Can you even understand my shoes? Do you even understand how many languages I have invented? Fuck you. So I'm like, and here's the other part. This is the really stupid part of all of this. Is I'm sitting here reverse engineering the healing process. There are 7 stages, people. We're going to go through all of them. There's the knowing. You are all in the knowing. That's where you're at. You are in the knowing. And then there is the belonging. So you're looking for the knowing and the belonging. That's the hard part. But just wait. It's going to get much harder. The knowing and the belonging is you knowing who you are and where you belong. And then there's going to be a mad scramble across the globe as all of you remember, oh my God, I remember who I am. Why am I here? This isn't where I'm supposed to be. And suddenly there's going to be a mass migration across the planet where everyone starts getting to where they're supposed to be. Now, I did this in 2020 when I said, I need to get myself to New York City because that's my belonging. You all are going to have your belonging, and it's not there yet because you're all going to get on planes and you're going to relocate. You're all going to get divorces and you're going to finally settle down. And then you're going to go, all right, I'm finally where I need to be. Now I'm going to be isolated for a couple of years. And I'm going to go, that's right. You're all going to be isolated for a couple of years because you're going to figure out who you are. That's when the real healing, that's when the world gets serious about their healing. And I'm supposed to be the one who sits there and talks to you about all this shit and what it feels like. So sure, let's do this. Am I happy about it? No, because it's really fucking lonely here. And I'm not doing it for any goddamn thing because love isn't for me. And good God, I hope I'm wrong on that. So, then there's the authority. The authority is when you start to feel you coming into your own power. That is when the rest of the world is going to chill the fuck out. It's when you start to realize that you can have control. It's when you realize you can do all the shit you don't think you can do. That's the authority. It's when you realize, oh my God, look at me, I can throw stones. And so you throw stones all over the place. After you've thrown all these stones and hit people in the head and broken teeth, you go, shit, maybe I shouldn't throw stones. So I'm going to say to you right now, fifth perspectives, mind your ripples. Mind your ripples, because the seventh perspective is coming, and good God, mind your ripples. So after the authority, you realize what justice is, how there hasn't been any ever. And then you're going to go, wow, we really fucked up the law system. And then you're going to look at the law system. This is going to be a fun time. And you're all going to take a step back from the law system and go, whoa, we need to disassemble that piece of shit because that's just abusive as fuck. So you're going to disassemble the justice system. But the fourth perspectives, who still haven't grown, because God forbid they do the seventh ethic, is going to look at it and go, what are you doing? We need that. Leave the fourth perspectives their shit. Just give them their society. They're going to keep their society. It's okay. We're going to have our own over here. That's okay. And it's good because we're going to set the example because that'll keep them calm. Every time I speak truth, I can feel my power getting stronger and stronger. And I'm sitting here like blogging shit. And I'm like, wow, for surge, like I tell the truth, surge of power. Tell the truth, learn it with me, people. You tell the truth, surge of power. And here I am hiding from all of you, going on, should I tell them? I have 3 tiers. I've been practicing tier tiers. I meet somebody. Do I give them tier 1? Do I give them tier 2? Do I give them tier 3? Tier 1 looks like this. Yeah, I'm different. That's tier 1. You've heard me say that. I'm different. That's tier 1. That's, yeah, I don't believe you can handle what I really am. Because, yeah, really don't feel like getting slandered right now. Tier 2 is fun. Tier 2 is oh, I love tier 2. Tier 2 looks like this. Do you want to know the truth or do you want to hear the bullshit? Surprisingly, a lot of people go, I want to hear the truth. Wow, that surprises me. So tier 3 is I'm Mother Nature. It's not a reincarnation, it's an integration. And I'm here to heal the world. That's why I got the love. That's why I got the everything. And it's why I know how to do the physics. And it's why I got all the shit in my fucking brain. It's I am the queen of the darkness. You have to be the queen of the darkness to know how to heal people. I am the subconscious mind whisperer. It's what I do. My job is to get you to the point of your comprehension, which is the point of comprehension. There's only one. So that you know what your energy name is. Because whoever gets here first, well, they get the early bird special and they get to join me. But after stage 4 or stage 1, after phase 1, I'm cutting everybody off and I'm like, okay, we're done. Now I got my people. And then after that, we start phase 2. So we're in phase 1 right now. And for the last 2 years since I've had this vision, I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want this. Only I'm her, me, you now. And I'm going, great. So now I'm integrated. Great. So I'm dealing with that shit. And that's okay that I'm dealing with that shit. Find your own story. That's the quest. That is your mission. Find your own story. Because I got to know whose everyone's story is, because, well, I'm manifesting this shit up as we go along. And I need to make sure I get the manifestations right this time, because I'm really sick and tired of doing this shit. So that's the authority. And then there's the naming. The naming is when you figure out your name. It's the summation of you. It's when you have your knowing, your belonging, your authority, and now you can summarize it into your first name. That's your real name, your first one. That's when you officially have started the journey. Oh, you're just healing up to that point. You're not even on the journey yet. You're just getting yourself set. Fourth perspectives are still in the first stage. After the naming. There is the owning. There's the authority. There's knowing who and what you are. And then there's owning it. The owning is difficult. I remember when I was in the owning. It was 2 years ago. And it's when I remembered and I went, oh, I'm Mother Nature. Oh, I know who I am now. Okay, great. And then there's the whole, am I insane? Am I crazy? No, you're not insane. There's no such thing as insane. That's a bully word that narcissists made up to make you feel bad because they're idiots. And there's way too much logic and proof and science to prove all of this shit. And everybody else is doing this right now, except no one's talking about it. Or, well, no one's talking about it. Everyone else is using code because they're scared. So my job is to stand in front of everyone naked to go, let's talk about the truth on the front lines. So I'm the dragon fodder. That's what I am. I'm the one who gets all the ridicule because I'm the first one to step forward and say, hey, guess what? Which is why I had to go through the 40 fucking years of garbage abuse to prepare me for this day, this moment, when I put myself out there and I say, hey, let's get real. Because I know what's being said behind closed doors, because I've heard what all of you have had to say to me. And here's the thing. PANDO is actually the ESP network, so I can hear shit. So once you realize who and what you are, then you've got to have this whole conversation with yourself, and you got to fucking own it. But that takes time. That takes time. And then you got to integrate it all. That's the integration. That's hard. That's the part that I actually had to invent. Like that's the one part that's made up. I mean, you're naturally going to integrate it. It's not really a stage, but I put it in here as a reminder to myself, Anna, you got to integrate it. I know. We integrate everything. It's all we do all day long is integrate. And this is all because I had multiple personality disorder and said, ooh, I got to integrate. And then I integrated and I went, whoa, there's more here to integrate. Let's do it again. Whoa, there's more here to integrate. Let's do it again. Whoa, okay, math. See, now I got pattern. Now I got to document this shit. Now I got to figure all this out. Now I went, whoa, look at this, Pythagorean psychology. All right, so here's where we're going from now. After you own it, after you integrate this shit, well, I don't know what there is for you. I know what there was for me. All I can do is tell you my side of the story. I'm just one story. I'm the first story. You all got to tell me how you fit, because I don't know. I left that up to you. I literally left that up to you. I manifested that. I went, do I tell them what? No, I don't want to tell them, because free will. I can't violate the 12 ethics. Preserve their free will. So you guys get to decide what you want to be. You guys get to decide. I got dibs on the goddess of weed, by the way. I'm the goddess of weed. I call dibs, okay? Like, I already have a whole thing. I've called dibs because I'm first one here. If you're the second one here, you get to call dibs. So you get to call dibs, all right? You get here and no one's claimed it, you get to claim it. So I'm first one here. So I get to claim it. Oh, I claimed. I claimed a whole, like, I am goddess of story. Yep. I am goddess of logic. I'm goddess of manifestation. That's what story is. I am goddess of weed. Because, oh yes, I am the goddess of the moon. I am currently working out the physics to turn myself into a mermaid. I will succeed at this. I just got to find the physics. Courage. And that's what's sitting here my whole time, is I got this stupid thing in my brain going, courage, Anna. Courage. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Courage. I can't even look at her anymore because she's not there, because she's me. No one is in my shoes. So yeah, I'm going to be bitter sometimes. And I'm going to be really fucking strict. And I'm going to be really fucking hard. And I'm going to be brave and bold and blunt and Brooklyn. And I will be gentle. But 12th ethic. Keep your fucking judgments to yourself. Because no one is in my shoes. I guess I'm going to call this, I don't know, the Queen's Chambers. That's the name of my podcast, or not my podcast. That is the name of my newsletter. I have seen this day for 2 years. I did a whole Garden of Gethsemane thing where I cried and I screamed and I said, I don't want it. Find somebody else. And we are out of time. Okay. Thank you. May the kindest of words always find you.